What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here with some more Madden 18 talk. Now, I wanted to make a very quick video today to just go over the top 5 things that worked in Madden 17 and in previous years that will not work in Madden 18. Now, this is coming from first-hand accounts at people that played the game at EA Play. So, some game changers and just some other fans that were there playing. They've played the game, they have confirmed that these things do not work anymore, so just wanted to get this information out. And I may have covered some of these things in previous videos, but I wanted to make a video dedicated to this so that if you're still playing Madden 17, which I know a lot of you still are, to maybe try to get in the habit of stop relying on some of these things, because they're not going to work in Madden 18. So you might want to start getting in that groove of, not focusing so heavily on these things. So number one on the list of things that work this year that will not work in Madden 18 is a big one, and it's something that was frowned upon, and that is the swerve. Now, the majority of people really couldn't pull this off consistently. Really only a few of the top players could do it consistently, but it was still something that you ran into online. Even against an average player, they could pull it off here and there, and it was definitely, not good for the game. They tried to fix it, patch it throughout the year. They had trouble with it, but it does not work in Madden 18, so I know that's music to a lot of your ears, because everybody hates, no one likes swerve. I mean, even people that use it don't like it when it's used against them, so you don't have to worry about that in Madden 18. That's gone. Number 2 is crossman, something I know a lot of people hate it too. I understand why people used it. I used it myself at times, but I hated it and I didn't think it was realistic. That is gone in Madden 18. You can only man up somebody that's on the same side of the field as you. So if you're on the right side of the field, you can only man up somebody that's also on the right side of the field. You can't man up somebody on the left side of the field. Now, it was a useful tactic, because sometimes the zones don't play as good. They have improved the zones this year, but the zones wouldn't play as good, so you kind of had to cross-man to mimic how you wanted a zone to play. But that is gone this year. No more cross-man. So if you're still cross-manning heavily, you might want to get out of the groove of doing that, because it's not going to be something you can use in Madden 18. Number 3 are post routes. Now, post routes will still work, but they will only work against the defenses they are supposed to work against. So if you're running a cover 3 or a cover 4 with those deep zones back there, post routes are not supposed to work versus those. And if you try to throw post routes versus those in Madden 18, they're going to get defended and oftentimes picked off. Now, if you're throwing a post route against a cover 2, that should work, because the middle of the field is the weak spot of a cover 2. So if you're not using the middle of the field against a cover 2, a post route should beat you, and it still will. But this year you could throw post routes literally against every coverage, because the deep zones just drifted way too far back. So cover 3, cover 4, you could still kill them with post routes, which was not good, and that is gone in Madden 18. Number 4 is another big thing, corner routes. Again, just like the post routes, corner routes will work versus the defenses they are supposed to work against. But, for instance, this year, if you knew somebody was running a corner route and you put a purple zone over there to stop it, the purple zone oftentimes would not defend the corner route, because it wouldn't get far enough to the sideline. You'd be able to beat them to the outside and catch it on the sideline. That is dead in Madden 18. If you try to run a corner route versus a purple zone, the purple zone will defend the corner route 100%. It's going to intercept it. It's going to bat the ball down, depending on the placement of the defender. But you're not going to be able to throw corner routes against purple zones. You're not going to be able to throw corner routes against cloud flats, which this year cloud flats did a pretty decent job at covering corner routes on most plays. But the big thing is purple zones now work. So if you hot route or playmaker that purple zone, corner routes are dead, so you don't have to worry about that no more. So if you abuse corner routes against some of these defenses, you might want to, like I said, get in that groove of not relying on them as much, because you're going to have to call them versus the right defense. And number 5, one big thing is, I think many of us know this by now, but I'm just throwing this in there because this is a big thing, holding Y on defense to get those ball hawk interceptions. That's dead. You can still get ball hawk interceptions, but you have to time it. If you run around holding Y all play and you're 10 yards away, from the defender, you're not just going to jetpack in the air because you're holding Y and get that interception animation. It's very good that they fixed this, because it just made it way too easy for anybody to be able to intercept the ball that they really had no business intercepting. If you're 10 yards away from a receiver, you should not be intercepting the ball. It's ludicrous. So that's gone. You're going to have to time it, and you're going to actually have to be in position. You're going to have to be close to the receiver. You're not going to be able to just peel off and defend multiple guys at once, if you have just an average linebacker. So this year, the ball hawk is way toned down. You know, it will work if you time it right and if you're in position like it is supposed to, but you're not going to be getting these crazy interception animations anymore. So those are the top 5 things that worked in Madden 17 that will no longer work in Madden 18. I'm sure there's going to be some new things in Madden 18 that are overpowered, you know, that weren't overpowered this year. You know, that's just the nature of gaming, especially sports gaming. But at least those 5 things, I can assure you, they are fixed. You're not going to have to worry about them in Madden 18. So for those of you that are still relying on those things, like I said, try to get in that groove of not relying on them so much so that the transition to Madden 18 won't be as difficult for you. And that's all I got for today, guys. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, just drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.